Let's talk a little Florida Gator recruiting. Why don't we? It seems like we haven't really talked a whole lot of Gators recruiting, maybe because of the way their season went, but they did have that massive visit weekend to start the season against the Miami Hurricanes, and it looks like this weekend, Steve, they're pushing all their recruiting chips again to the middle, and they're going to try to take a big swing at some big-time targets. You were able to confirm a surprise 5-star just a couple minutes before the show started that will be in Gainesville this weekend. Go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah, DJ Pickett, LSU commit, going to be inside the swamp to watch LSU play on the road against Florida, and things have really started picking up for Florida on the trail after the administration gave the vote of confidence publicly that Billy Napier will be back coaching this football team next year, because obviously their opposition on the trail, we're using that as ammunition against Florida. Will that coaching staff be there? They got the young quarterback, DJ Lagway. He is engaging. There's nobody with the personality, charisma, and talent that you would want as the face of your program moving forward than a DJ Lagway type player. So that's huge. People want to play with him. And then you get the vote of confidence for Billy Napier. They're going to get a lot of support in the NIL arena. Now they're ready to go out there and try and close this recruiting cycle strong. And it starts with a big game against LSU. They're going to get some key players back from the injured list against LSU. I think that they match up well with the Tigers. So this could be a heck of a football game. They didn't play the way they wanted to play on the road at Texas last week, but they had a walk-on quarterback out there. I think we're going to see Florida play like they did on the road against Tennessee, the way they battled Georgia into the fourth quarter. They're a dangerous football team. They're putting a lot into this game. If they play well, there's going to be a lot of terrific players in attendance. Tramel Jones Jr., quarterback, currently committed to Florida State, 4-star for the On-3 industry. I think he's on flip watch right now to go from Florida State to Florida. They're bringing in his teammate at Jacksonville Mandarin, 5-star receiver Jamie French. Chad, there's some buzz on Jamie French that it's ultimately more likely he stays in state than signs with Texas. So you got Miami and you got Florida battling for Jamie French. What are you hearing on French going into his visit with Florida this week?
Yeah, I think there's still some confidence at Texas they can keep him in this class. I mean, they've been involved with him. Goes back to the spring, that first time getting mom and dad on campus, Jamie as well. But like you said, Florida's not going away, getting him on campus this weekend for an OV, a full weekend spent in Gainesville. Miami, he's been there numerous times. Kevin Beard, that staff not going away at Miami. For me with Florida, it's about, number one, retain who you have committed and add. You know, you've got to add guys, but you got to, number one, start with retaining a guy like Ben Hanks, Florida legacy. Miami's definitely continued to pursue the elite cornerback from down in South Florida. Jalen Wiggins, an elite in-state D lineman, just took an OV up to Notre Dame. The Irish are a threat to the Gators here. Jeremiah McLeod, a D lineman that played football in Florida at one time. He's back in South Georgia. Georgia's a threat to Florida for Jeremiah McLeod. I think the leader of this class is as locked in as can be, and that's Vernell Brown III, one of my favorite probably recruits to cover in this class. About as class act as they come, super talented. He's a Gator through and through, and he'll be back there this weekend. He'll be in his buddy Jamie French's ear. He'll be there with other guys that are committed, DJ Pickett and so on. Vernell Brown is like a walking ambassador for the University of Florida, and he'll be a playmaker in the swamp and a leader of this class that will catch many touchdowns from DJ Lagway.
The trenches is going to be a major point of emphasis for Florida down the stretch, in addition to Tramel Jones, who they're obviously working to flip at the quarterback position. Joseph Mbachu is visiting this weekend.
One-time commit.
Florida
Fresh off his decommitment from the University of Florida.
Right. We like Auburn there right now, but we'll see if they can rekindle the old magic with him. You like Auburn still too, right?
Like Auburn.
Yeah, we like Auburn. I say we. I want to make sure we're we because things are always fluid here. Daniel Pierre-Louis, an offensive lineman committed to Florida State that's going to visit this weekend. I think that there's some growing confidence that the Gators could flip him as well.
Could the Gators get involved in another FSU offensive lineman in 5-star interior offensive lineman Solomon Thomas? Do you think there's a chance we could see him pop up this weekend?
They're alive. I don't know if he's going to pop up there this weekend, but they're alive in that recruitment. Okay. Chad and I like him to stick with Florida State right now, but Florida and LSU contenders there. Stephon Shivers is a massive defensive tackle that at one point was committed to Georgia. He's got some developmental upside. He is a take at Florida. Vanderbilt's had some buzz, but he's going to visit Florida this weekend. I think that's starting to shape up nicely for the Gators there. Ziari Addison's a coveted in-state offensive lineman committed to Oregon that they're going to swing on. Myron Charles is a player that they're going to try and make a final push for on 300 defensive lineman committed to Texas. Tavares Dice, offensive lineman committed to Auburn. Chad, they like this kid from your state out of Atlanta committed to Cincinnati, Jahari Medlock. So they got some guys that they're really sinking their teeth into here down the stretch, but it's a big opportunity on the field.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this game could mean a lot to Florida's class and how they finish. If they can find a way to beat LSU at home in front of these recruits, you have the vote of confidence with Billy Napier. You wipe the taste out of your mouth of the Texas game. I think
a win goes a long way.
Exactly right. Like I don't normally get caught up in wins and losses, but for some reason this game just seems like it means a lot.
I think
with
it's because
3 weeks to go.
You take the note that they put out last week with the confidence in Billy Napier, and then you couple that with a win at home over LSU, and you're going to see some results in recruiting. Now, if they don't beat LSU, I don't think they're going to lose anybody. It's not going to break their class, but I feel like a win over LSU goes a long way with a majority of the kids you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
All right, Florida Gator fans, you talk to us. Tell us this class has slid outside the top 20, but it has a great chance to finish strong. Let us know who you want to see the Gators finish with. Comment section below.